Hello everyone, it's Infinity Gamer here, and wow, what a difference a day makes. So I've woken up this morning to news from Games Workshop that they are launching 3 starter sets for 9th edition. That is crazy. So there's obviously a correction that I need to do to my Indomitus versus Kaldstrøm starter set. Quite a few of you jumped into the comments of that video and very rightly pointed out that it wasn't necessarily a fair comparison because Kaldstrøm is a starter set for Code 1 and N4, whereas Indomitus wasn't a traditional starter set because it didn't come with dice, map, terrain, basically the things that you would need as a new player to learn an edition. Now at the time when I did the video, there wasn't anything to compare it to. Indomitus was the best option available. That's obviously all changed with not 1, but 3 starter sets for 9th edition. So I'm obviously going to be doing a new video that compares Kaldstrøm to each of these 3 starter sets in the one video, because my thinking is that Kaldstrøm's actually going to fit at one of those levels. With Games Workshop having released 3, it's going to be easier for us to find a point where if you're looking to evenly compare 9th edition Games Workshop 40k and Infinity's Kaldstrøm, one of those starter sets is bound to be an equal comparison with the 2. Now I do want to make this as fair as possible, so that's another reason for me pitching all 3 against Kaldstrøm, is to find which one is the most even comparison to that one. Now it's obviously going to take me a little bit of time to get that together to make sure it's a fair comparison, and I'm definitely going to have to wait for pricing because that's going to be one of the key considerations as to how they stack up against each other. Obviously there's what comes in the boxes, and we've already seen a little bit of an example of that. So there's some cardboard terrain in the entry level and the middle one, and then there's some good quality plastic terrain at the very top level. But I need to wait for pricing so that I can see where around they would fit in comparison to Kaldstrøm. So there's going to be a little bit of a delay, but I'm going to start prepping the video anyway. One thing that is going to be quite difficult is, obviously I'm not typically a Games Workshop channel, so I don't have contacts at Games Workshop or any of their retailers to try and get my hands on one of these sets to do a really even comparison by actually being able to get my hands on it and go, hey look, what's the quality of the terrain like? What are the items like? So this is going to serve as a bit of a correction from what I have published before, and is going to be maybe an opportunity for me to have my mind swayed. And I reckon one of these starter sets is actually going to get me rethinking my position on whether Infinity has a better offering for new people getting into miniature gaming versus one of these 3 sets. So subscribe for updates and to stay tuned with what's going on, and I will see you soon.